Hi everyone, welcome back to Otaku Tea. Say hi, Chris.
Hello, YouTubers and other listeners
From
to Otaku Tea.
from wherever you listen to us, if you do listen to us. So how are you feeling today?
Tired?
Same.
It's Monday.
Oh my gosh, it is Monday. And it's freaking cold,
Yep, it's winter time.
like officially now. Like there's no escaping this. I always
Yeah,
forget.
unless you have a scarf.
True. I always forget, when does spring officially start? March or April?
March, but it doesn't get warm until April.
You right. You right. I'm also tired because I just finished working out, and doing that on a Monday already sucks.
Do you have like a schedule for that now?
So, like, okay, funny thing. So, like, if you heard our last episode, I did say that I tried to work out at least 5 days a week. So, I don't have like a set time. I literally just, okay, I need to work out today, basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I did three different types of workouts today, I guess. So, I feel like I'm dying. And all I had today was
Uh,
like oatmeal.
that means it's working?
That means I need to go eat food after this.
Yeah.
um, but speaking about our episode last week, if you guys heard, we had some technical difficulties. Now, why does technology suck? Like sometimes it does suck.
Well, primarily
We can't
for
speak words today.
internet related issues. That's completely on the internet companies. They were given large sums of money by the government to increase the infrastructure, and they did nothing with it. They just pocketed the money.
True. So like I have Spectrum. I think, do you have Optimum, right?
Yeah.
Do they work in the same uh thing, or like are they officially two different companies? Because I know Verizon's completely different.
Uh, I don't think they're related.
Hmm. I know back
Why?
then they were,
Oh.
when Spectrum used to be Time Warner.
Well, then they're still within the Cablevision thing, which is related to Optimum. So yeah, I guess they are.
Yeah, I guess so. But like sometimes, don't you ever just sit there and wonder, like when you were a kid, when you had no technology, like even before the Game Boys and the Super Mario, like Nintendo 64, I'm about to say Super Mario. So, Nintendo 64, all like those digital stuff coming out. What did we used to do? Just sit there and die?
Played outside like animals.
Outside? What is outside? What is this creature?
That thing where there's a giant heat laser that tries to kill you and you have to escape it.
I think that's called I had the word. It's called the
I
sun?
think it's a star, I think. I don't know.
Oh, who knows? Is it a planet?
Sure.
Okay. But no, yeah. Honestly, growing up, I guess it was a lot of going outside and just walking around. Like it was a lot of more physical activity back then. Until like I remember like getting my first Game Boy um color, which was yellow. I ended up just staying inside a little bit more. My parents would still force us to like go to the park and stuff, which we still liked. I liked going to the park. It was fun. But slowly, once like technology became more known, um it just started consuming us in our daily lives.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
But I think that was, I don't know. For me it feels like it's also as I was getting older, I was more into the technology side of things and didn't want to really play sports anymore, I guess.
Interesting, interesting. Like I was always athletic. Like I love running around and just doing stuff. I even loved going to gym in school. But like once I got my first phone at 9 years old, and it was like a Katana flip phone, I was on Facebook all the time when Facebook was a thing.
Well, you're young if you had Facebook at 9 years old.
I mean, I had a MySpace at the time too when my mom decided we needed a computer, like a family computer, because she works with like selling different products and stuff. So she needed a computer to do that. And that's when I like my phone. I think I actually started Facebook both on the computer and then transitioned over to the phone. But then I stopped using MySpace because it did die out. And then I just sticked with Facebook the whole time.
Yeah, but Facebook came later.
True, yeah. And then once YouTube hit, oh my gosh, I was on YouTube almost the whole time.
Uh-huh. Did you have an account right away?
I did. Do you remember the layout of YouTube before? Like it was this very basic. On your left side was like all your info, their profile info when you started YouTube, all the details you wanted to put on there, and then on the right hand side you can put like featured videos, like literally videos that you actually liked, and you can put like maximum 2 of them. And then if you had any uploads, that would come right below that. And then you even had a comment section at the very bottom for your YouTube channel,
I mean, there's still a comment section.
but not for your YouTube, like your
Th-
actual profile.
There is the
Where?
discussion tab.
Oh well, yeah, but that's like literally you just can't go on their channel and just start typing. Like the creator actually has to put something out there for you to be able to comment on it.
Uh-huh.
But back then, like any person can come to your channel and just start writing like stuff on your channel.
I mean, I think that's a good change
Why? Why do you think so?
because there's a lot of haters out there.
Oh my gosh, there used to be a lot of arguments in those comments. And remember when YouTube, you could send messages? Oh, it got worse if like you started sending direct messages.
Uh-huh.
Like that was a big thing. Like YouTube used to be the shit back then.
That's your one word.
Yes, it is. But I miss that YouTube. Like now, yes, it looks cleaner, whatever, but like you can't really do much with the community anymore. Like not as much as like you used to. Now everything's so censored and family friendly.
Yeah, I don't even know what YouTube Kids does or is or how that works. I just avoid it.
Isn't that like supposed to be completely separate for
It's like a
family friendly
it's like
stuff?
a no, it's like a special YouTube app for kids.
Like literally for
That
4 year olds.
yeah, it, like restricts a lot of things and like some videos on the normal YouTube get affected because they're kid content.
Horrible.
I don't even know how it works.
Okay, so think about it. Who do we blame for all of this technology? I just want to know.
Um, the viewers?
The viewers. No, I mean like the inventions of computers, and then like literally phones that had touchscreens, like the Psychic. Have you ever had a Psychic before?
What?
The Psychic, like the phone with like the literal keyboard that you flip up the screen, like it slides
Yeah.
with
I
literally the little ball that it's like your mouse basically.
uh-huh.
Like those types of phones started with the whole touchscreen type thing. Like after the Psychic was a big thing, then Apple started coming around with their first touchscreen phones.
Uh-huh.
Like everyone started getting like the newest thing, and like more, like now you have the creation of apps, and you can do a whole bunch of things on your phone now. It's not just text messaging, very slow, going on the website, like literally not even an app. You had to go www.facebook.com slash whatever you were trying to find, or whoever you were trying to find, and then literally pressing the button 3 times because you're trying to get to K, or M or L. Like, flip phones used to just be text, call, and pictures, if you can even call those pictures anymore. Because now we have like these really advanced cameras on the phones, in where like you literally have an actual camera
Right.
on your
Um,
phone.
like in Japan, they have a lot of flip phones over there. It's like a big thing. I guess they sort of like the retro idea of technology.
I actually still like the flip phones. The flip phones were really cool. I have a big like personal connection with them. And just because like you can also just like joke around with them. Like if you want to be like a boss, you'd be like, get it to me now, and then just like flip, like close your phone really dramatically.
You could also do that with the iPhone. You just throw it on the floor though, and it chatters.
Right? And then you just start stomping on it.
Yeah, same thing.
Nah. But like also phones nowadays are just very sensitive, and literally the battery life, like people, like companies are literally trying to figure out the best battery life for these phones. Like literally the flip phones back then, you can last like 3 or 4 days without charging it, and that still would be at like a good battery life.
Yeah, because they barely had a screen, so that's where most of the battery life goes.
Yeah, now it's like after what, 2 or 3 hours, if you consistently use it, it's like dead.
Oh
Or
yeah, if
even
you have Pokemon Go running on the foreground, you're using the processor at like whatever 80% and the screen's on the whole time. That's gonna take battery. And the location and everything.
oh, literally everything. You're like on iPhones, your microphone's always on, Siri is always active. Um, literally your camera, once you turn it on, it's already like actively working. Just trying to get everywhere. Your GPS on the phone is already working. Maps, everything like that is always working on your phone unless you disable them.
Right.
But like now computers are also being like the laptops and getting the most advanced stuff. Like PC and Apple is always competition. Same thing with Android and Apple, always in competition. Xbox, PlayStation, all of these companies are like literally being competitions with each other, and more things and more advanced technology products come out, and like more people want it. And now like during the quarantine, the number one profession is entertainers, but like through YouTube and Twitch. And it's all
Right.
because like technology, because it could be done at home without having to do anything like manual or like labor.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of stuff can be done from home now, and maybe companies are going to start exploring that, but also that opens up the way for companies to outsource their labor to other countries that have cheaper labor. So I don't know how good that is.
Yeah, you're right. And like if you think about it, technology is good, but there's always like a downside to it. Like don't get me wrong, I love technology. If anything, I collect a lot of it. Like I collect almost all the Apple products, and I try to collect as much Sony products as possible. Like I'm really into the technology stuff. Love it. Live for it. But physically I can't always be on it. Like the most I'll be on something is YouTube, Hulu, or Netflix, like on an iPad. Cuz I don't even like watching stuff on my phone. I use my phone for texting and calling most of the time. Instagram, I'll literally be on there for like 3 seconds or like, no, I'm just joking, like maybe a minute, and like I'm done. Like I
Uh-huh.
physically can't be on a device unless I'm actually just watching TV or doing something. Um, so even playing games, like maybe I'll last an hour, then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like I don't spend a lot of time playing games or whatever, doing stuff like that. And now, like now that I'm working from home, it's even worse because now I'm literally sitting in front of a computer, something I did not want to do, and it's just getting tiresome because I'm there literally for what, 6 7 hours a day just staring at a computer the whole time. It's not cool.
Uh-huh. So, I guess, is there like a plan to go back to school, or there's waiting for people to get vaccinated, or how's that working?
See, like the vaccinations, like great, we have a vaccination, and you at least need to, I think, have two dosages of the vaccination before like you can actually say, oh, it works. Apparently, so in January, well, here now, we were supposed to get a plan for when middle school and high school goes back into in-person learning, or at least blended learning, which means like some days you're in person, some days you're in remote, right?
Uh-huh.
And so far, because the vaccinations are now limited to priority, like people with priority, like because we don't have enough, right? And the government is like trying to hurry it up and get more vaccinations out there. So right now we have no plan right now. Like it's literally just we're still remote for the whole time.
Uh-huh.
So I'm here stuck with literally my computer and trying to keep my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess you just have to wait, or are they gonna, I don't know,
Usually
give
they'll
you
announce it.
options? Uh-huh.
Um, unless you have like a baby or you're with somebody who's older, like over the age of 65, you literally have to go. Or unless you have like underlying like health condition, you have to go in person. So I'm young. I'm not over the age of 65. Nobody in my family is over 65 years old. There's no babies here. And I'm a healthy young female. So yeah, I would be the first one to go back if anything.
You can't claim you have a kid or something?
No. They would need evidence. Like literally I think they asked for like proof that there's somebody in the household that needs attention or needs protection.
Uh, you have a pet cat.
Did animals get COVID? I don't think so.
They can, but I don't think they spread it to humans or something. I don't know.
Something like that. I mean, I don't know. I just know staring at a freaking screen for too long just makes me go insane. That's all I know.
What are you doing right now?
Literally looking at this microphone right now. Just staring at this microphone, which is a
Uh-huh.
Blue Yeti. Yay.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored because we don't have sponsors yet. If you want, sponsor us. But yeah, we don't have anything right now. But I would like to say, for me, the first few technology pieces that I've ever seen is Panasonic, Game Boy, and PlayStation, which is all from Japan. Isn't that crazy?
Uh, Not really. I think they were at the forefront of the technological advances for electronics.
They are like advancing really quick. Like they were the first before we even like I don't know did anything.
Uh, no, I
Kind of.
think the United States was the first ones, but Japan was right behind us.
Yeah. Um but like for example, Xbox is an American company, right? Because it's
Yeah, Microsoft.
Microsoft. Yeah. So they came way out like after the PlayStation. Like PlayStation was a thing first. Cuz like can you think of any like video game thing that came out before any Japan related video game stuff?
I mean, there were a lot of different companies getting stuff out in the first place.
Like what? Like honestly, I probably was living under a rock for like almost all my life, so I really don't know.
I mean, there were a whole bunch of companies you never even knew existed because they basically died with their first console.
Oh, you know, one of
Uh,
the things that I remember is you know those controllers that literally you plug it into your TV and it's already like built-in mini games.
uh, what? What do you mean?
Like I don't know if you guys know, but like they've used to sell like these little controllers, like they kind of look like the Nintendo 64 controllers, Like you literally just plug it directly the controller to the TV, and it's mini games were already installed in the controller. So all you had to do is just pick a game from like maybe the 15 they gave you, and you just start playing on the TV.
I've never heard of that.
You've never what? What? I feel ancient because I know about that.
I don't think that was that old if there were games on a controller. Like you didn't even need a separate console.
It was literally just like, like those mini little shooter games in the spaceship, or like a bootleg version of like Mario, Super Mario Brothers, like literally little mini games like that, like basketball, and it was so pixelated.
I don't know about those.
What? What? Leave it in the comments below if you've ever played one of those like controller games, because like that is crazy that you haven't played one of those. Like you could literally get it for very cheap. They weren't even. I don't think they were even like $15.
That sounds like it's a more recent invention, like late 90s.
Well, maybe. I was born in 1996, so
Uh-huh.
I was only 4 when 2000s started to show up.
Yeah, and the first video game console was released in 1972 by Magnavox. It was called the Magnavox Odyssey.
What is that?
It came packaged with board game paraphernalia such as cards, paper money, and dice to enhance the games.
You sound like you're reading a sponsorship.
I am reading Wikipedia.
Yes, for Wikipedia, where everybody can just go on there and mess up all the information.
Yeah, but that's usually just political stuff, really,
True.
that gets messed up.
Mm-hmm. But that's interesting. What I remember is literally Monopoly. Sorry. Trouble.
Well, those are board games, though.
Yeah, but you said paper money, so that's the first thing I thought of.
No, those were accessories that you could use with the video games that came with it, which were uh I don't know,
Interesting. So that means almost no one knows about it.
basically.
But
Uh,
like,
but then Pong came
oh
along
yeah,
and
Pong.
revolutionized gaming.
I've never
Uh,
played Pong. Can you believe that?
like no version of Pong ever. Not
Mm,
even like on Miniclip where they had Pong.
I think there was like an actual arcade version where you literally had to like spin a certain wheel
Spin a wheel.
or whatever it was to like get. Isn't okay. Before I get, hate comments, right? Pong is the little ball that you hit back and forth, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
that's
so like
basically what all the first generation of consoles were. It was
okay,
just
yeah.
different versions of Pong.
So like if you go to like those arcade places where they have literally like all the arcade games, it's like the little hockey one, but like they have a Pong version, and I think there's like a wheel because I used to play one in like back when I was younger, an actual physical Pong, not like a digital one. Like I don't know, they
Uh,
decided to make a physical version of Pong. You have to use a
that,
wheel.
uh, I mean, Pong is tennis, so I don't know
Yeah.
where I don't know where a wheel comes in.
Well, it's because like you use the wheel to move the bar thingy, so to like hit the ball so it doesn't hit your side. I don't know.
Oh, I
Listen,
know what you're talking about.
okay, yeah. If you
It's
if you
like
get
so the wheel thing you're talking about is like that little plastic ball that spins in all directions,
yeah.
or no? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting. We have different
Yeah.
perspectives of stuff.
I don't know, but I believe uh, what was the first Japanese console?
Oh, that I have no idea. For me, The first thing is Nintendo 64. That's all I know.
I
Again, I
mean,
might have lived under a rock or I'm just too young,
I think the first Nintendo was the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System from 1983.
which I never played.
You've never played any games from them?
Never had an NES. Not played one single game.
What about the Super Nintendo Entertainment System?
Nope. I didn't even have a Nintendo 64. Literally, my first Nintendo thing was the Game Boy.
Uh-huh.
Literally. First thing. Not even a GameCube. Game Boy.
Interesting.
Yeah, my parents didn't really know much of technology, and the only one who had like a cell phone was my dad. He was the first one in our family to get one, and it was like a blue flip phone too. We got it from Sprint.
Uh-huh.
We only had one cell phone. The most we had was a landline. So like me and my parents like never like I didn't know. I had to learn about technology myself because my
Right.
parents were literally no help.
I think the first one from Japan. Oh, Nintendo's first console, the Color TV Game 6, has one
What
of
the
the
heck is
most
that?
generic names, sharing every element often repeated with other titles. Interesting. That was in
Uh,
the first generation of consoles. So I guess Japan was in there near the beginning.
yeah, I mean, Japan is very advanced with a lot of stuff. Like, you've been to Japan before, though. Have you ever gone to like
Twice.
that robot cafe?
Robot Cafe?
Oh, I guess not. Because I see a lot of YouTubers who go to like this robot cafe restaurant and like literally you sit on the sidelines and in the middle it's like robots dancing and colors and flashy lights and it's a whole show with just robots.
That doesn't sound like a cafe.
Yeah, but you literally it's like a show. Like unfortunately they're closed because there's no tourists going to see the shows anymore. Hopefully they don't shut down completely, but without any tourism nobody's going to want to watch a robot cafe.
Uh huh. I mean, I've been to a maid cafe, which was
Yeah.
actually a cafe.
I mean, they serve food and everything. Don't get me wrong, like, but it's like more of like an adult experience. Not like you sit there and sip like a cup of green tea and like have some I don't know pastries on the side. It was literally like you had food and like alcoholic drinks.
So it's like a club,
Yeah, basically,
but you can't call it the robot club because then they'll think it's you're just building robots or whatever, or some geeky club.
right? But like that's like stuff like that. Like that's what I mentioned it before. Like a robot cafe. Like, are you kidding me? Dancing robots. Like that's how advanced Japan is.
Uh-huh.
Like even more, but like crazy. Like the invention of VRs were crazy to me. No, not even that. Because when was it? Google glasses. When Google announced they were going to make Google glasses, I was like, glasses? Technology? What is this?
But then it never happened. They
And
just gave up on it
it was like one of the thing like the craziest things in the time back then, and then like it died down. It died. It never existed.
because they never developed anything for it.
They already had like the commercial of like this is what the Google glasses looks like and you can do this and you can do that, and I'm like, huh? Like, doesn't that mess up your eyesight? What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to finally be able to tell what the weather is going to be without having to look at your phone.
You just touch the side of your glasses and it's like, Google, can you please tell me what the weather is? Like,
I mean,
one of
not
like those
not
spy
even
movies.
you can just have like an overlay on your glasses at all times when you're outside. Let you
Interesting,
know what the weather is and whether it's going to change soon or whatever.
but wouldn't that mess with your eyesight? Like, even flashy lights for me or bright lights mess up my eyesight. So imagine having just digital stuff as glasses.
I mean, I don't know because people play lots of people play lots of video games, and like in shooting games they have a lot of like HUDs on their screen, so like it would be natural to see that sort of thing on their display.
But like the TV is probably 2 feet away from some people. At least a foot away. Like these glasses are literally not even 2 centimeters away from your eyes. Not even a centimeter. So
Right, but
imagine.
there's a way to make it look like it's farther away, like
Interesting.
how they do it in VR.
See, that's what I was gonna say, because like then the invention of VR came out, and like Jesus, like having a whole system on your head.
Well, I mean, I think only a couple of them are an actual system. The others are just a viewport and like plugs into your computer or whatever.
I mean, because like back when I was doing actual in person learning, and
Uh-huh.
in person teaching, one of my students brought their VR device into school because they would just hang out in my room after classes, and they would literally be in the back with like their little controllers in each hand, and then the whole VR system on their head, and they just start punching and swinging and doing all of this stuff in the back. Literally no sound or anything. I'm just watching them just go, yeah, 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 take that. Ah, oh my gosh, they're coming after me. They're coming after me. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, literally, it's the
During a
funniest thing in the
lesson,
world. Huh?
during a lesson.
No, no, no. This was after like classes were completely done, and like this was after school hours.
Uh-huh.
Like they would just hang out in my room and just play VR or the Switch.
Right, but imagine like learn having the students learn and they have their VR headsets on, they can take notes from there.
See, I wouldn't like that. Like I'm a person who manually likes doing things. Like I like taking notes. I rather grade from pen to paper. I rather do everything manually.
Uh-huh.
But nowadays, like because of the pandemic, everything is all on computer. So it's hard to get students to like practice writing a language when the computer basically does a lot of autocorrect for you. So how well are people even learning how to spell things correctly? Like literally, you go on Google Docs, you write something wrong, and then there's already a red line under it, already telling you, hey, this is incorrect. Or like there's a blue line under like 3 words. It's like this doesn't really make sense. You need to either take out a word or add a word.
I mean, I like that you're able to see the mistakes, but when it automatically corrects it without you even knowing about it, I guess that's where it's kind of dumb.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
like with iPhones, like it changes words for you and you don't even know it happened when it was like 3 words back.
It's so funny because like a lot of it, the funniest thing was when a lot of people would say what the like fudge, and then it would just auto correct to duck.
Uh-huh.
It's so funny. Or like you people has gotten a lot of trouble with just the autocorrect. Like
Just like
yikes.
it's saying something completely different than what they were going to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or especially, oh my gosh, when things don't send, but the one message that kind of sounds a little sus sends, and then you gotta explain what was the whole context, because some messages just won't send. Like, um, especially if it's like from iPhone to Android, just like some messages won't send. But
Uh-huh.
like the one message that actually has good connection just goes in through, and it's like, oops. All right, listen, I meant to send all of this with that, so please don't think of it this way.
I I didn't know that was still like a problem.
I mean, it depends because, like, sometimes when your phone is connected to Wi Fi, it doesn't load. Like, sometimes I even have to take my phone off of Wi Fi for it to load correctly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So 5G is a lot better, but sometimes 5G is a little slow, like, it has its moments.
Oh, so you have 5G?
Mm hmm. My iPhone 12 Pro has 5G.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I wonder what like these companies like especially Apple because they're always coming out with a new phone every year. Like what's their thought process? Like, let's just change one thing from this, make the look better,
Uh,
and just throw it
they
out.
they know that people like you will buy it,
Yes, me especially. I will buy it.
so they know exactly what they're doing.
They do.
There's your answer.
I've never been really a fan of androids though. Androids look so to me.
All of them, every
All of
single
them.
kind, from all
Every
companies.
every single android.
Uh huh.
All of them. Don't know why. Don't like them.
Even the ones that look like iPhones.
Which ones?
I don't know. There's probably some knockoff brands that look like it.
Knockoff brands that listen, even the iPhone went to look like an Android, but the iPhone still looked a little bit more elegant than an Android.
Uh huh.
That's why I was like, okay, we went Android for like 2 seconds. Let's bring it back to iPhone. Okay, Apple, relax yourselves.
I'm still waiting for a flip iPhone.
They are talking. Apparently, there's rumors that Apple is trying to make a flip phone, but an iPhone flip phone.
What about a roll up phone?
Roll up phone? What do you mean?
You just roll it up.
No, I don't think that's even physically possible.
Maybe.
I'd rather a flip phone that's an iPhone. That would be cool. The only thing is you can't slam the phone like you usually would as like one of the old phones because then you would probably break the screen.
Well, they're gonna have to account for that because a lot of people are gonna do that,
A lot of people are gonna rage quit.
and they're gonna claim that it just broke on its own, so you have to honor the warranty and replace it, and they're gonna have a lot of that. So they definitely need to prepare for people slamming the flip phone shut.
See, that reminds me, which Android was it where it exploded in people's pockets?
It was a Samsung Note 7, I
I
think.
think so. That is crazy to me because, like, it's during that time, like, we were already advanced enough to know that maybe we should make phones that explode in people's pants. And, like, yeah, like,
I
they
think
literally discontinued it.
it was like a different type of battery or
Hmm.
something, and it was like overheating. I don't know.
But it's like,
I
it's
think it
in
was only happening if someone had like the apps open or something when they put it in their pocket. I don't know.
But that's so weird because at the same time when the Note 7, I think it was, came out, there was a Galaxy, another Android phone that came out at the same time, and that one didn't like anything happened to that one.
Right.
But the Note did. That was crazy because it was completely taken off the shelves and discontinued right away because they were like, we're not doing this.
Uh huh.
Like, that's crazy. Like, ew, not me. Not with Apple. I'm kidding. This is not sponsored.
Uh huh.
But you know what's
I mean, I
cool though?
guess.
Oh no, go 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 go.
I mean, I don't really remember really any botched Apple devices, but there
Mm-mm.
had to have been at least one.
Well, the first iPhone I started with was with the iPhone 4, and I've had almost every single iPhone after that. Um, and not once I've had an actual problem with it. Honestly, the
Uh
best
huh.
battery life was the iPhone 4. I do have an iPhone 3G, but again, I can't really use it because it's, why? um, but um, but no, I don't think I've ever heard like an actual scandal like the Android exploding in your pocket. The most iPhone has ever had a scandal is that, oh yeah, we are listening to you all the time. Oh yeah, we purposely slow your like phone and battery life purposely so that way oh no, slow your phone so that way your battery life doesn't get, run out so quickly, quote
Right.
unquote. Like that is the most I've heard from Apple, but like that explosion, I'm like, listen, Androids, I didn't like you before. I definitely don't like you now.
I mean, last I saw, Androids were like 75% of the market or something,
Hmm.
and Apple was like 20%, and then something else was the rest, like Windows Phone or whatever.
Well, yeah, because like Androids, a lot of companies use it.
Right.
Like literally, Apple is unique to one versus Androids. Every company has its own different Android.
Uh huh.
So like
So
that's why.
yeah, I don't know. They're just more likely for one of those companies to have a problem rather than just one company.
But like the notes, like the Android notes were very popular.
Right.
Like that was I think sold in like the big companies like AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, um maybe I think at the time T-Mobile. I don't think Metro PCS even existed at the time, but like those companies sold those phones.
Yeah, I mean it was a Samsung. They're the biggest Android company.
Yeah, Samsung. Oh, that's funny. So my dad loves Panasonic TVs, right? I know this is completely different from like the phones, but that just reminded me of it. My dad loves Panasonic TVs. Like he's in love with them. And my dad was so heartbroken when they stopped like when companies like PC Richards, Century 20, no, not Century. Was it Circus City, Best Buy stopped uh bringing in Panasonic cuz Panasonic is Japan, and like
Uh-huh.
the Samsung TV started coming in. And my dad was like, "What the is this? Like, what is this whole box at the behind of this TV? Like, what is this? It's so ugly." And then it was also like a little bit later, the LG TVs were coming out, Toshibas, and all this stuff. And it's like, no, 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 no. Panasonic all the way. And honestly, I have to agree. Panasonic is like one of the best TVs out there.
Uh-huh.
I love Panasonic. We have literally a Panasonic in the living rooms too. One is silver, the other one we have a black one. My parents are like, well, the closest thing to a Panasonic is probably a Toshiba, so we got a Toshiba too.
Yeah, I think Sony's also good.
Mhm.
Um, I mean Samsung's good too. They're just cheaper.
And they're
So
ugly.
like I guess. I don't know. I mean I don't really know. There's also a lot of TV companies though. Like they just keep popping up.
Yeah, like literally for when I was looking for like what 20-inch TVs, there was all these companies I had no idea who they were. And I was just like,
I think
uh,
99% of companies on Amazon are Chinese based now.
hmm.
Pretty sure.
I mean, China has like a lot of production going on, especially like with their trading deals with the United States. So
Right.
don't know, man.
I mean, like so many listings are like duplicated or like so similar, but apparently they're different companies or whatever. So it's like multiple shadow companies that have those listings, and of course it's always a Chinese company
Hmm.
that has like the cheaper prices, and apparently they still have good ratings. So I don't know, people buy them.
I mean, I don't know. I still want to stick with the brands I know. Panasonic will always be number one, and Panasonic is still being produced in Japan. I don't know why we don't get them anymore. But Panasonic, Toshiba, maybe Sony for me. LG, sure, I guess. Then Samsung, if anything. Like if I'm a little desperate to get a TV, right,
Uh
for
huh.
cheap. Um, But you know what I find crazy? Like these really big TVs, like the 50 plus inch TVs, and now they curve, and I don't know what kind of flexibility. See, you wanted a roll up phone, there's your roll up TV.
I mean, I don't have any curved screens right now. I s- I guess I'm still buying the flat stuff.
The flat ones are nicer to me though.
I guess, but like my computer monitors, they might have been better as curved screens, but I don't really have that much desk space for a curved screen that would make sense, I guess.
Yeah, I also have two flat, no curve at all. We're flat here.
Uh-huh.
But the curvy TVs, I'm just like, how do you like how do you make this comfortable in like a thing? I mean, even hanging up on a wall seems a little weird.
I guess. I don't
I mean,
know.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It just
If
seems
the
weird
cover
to me.
if the curvature is right, then it makes sense that each part of the screen is like the same distance away from you.
Right.
Like you see it more on like a computer screen since it's closer to you. That like
Mhm.
one side of the screen is a lot farther away from you than like the middle or whatever.
Mhm.
So like that in that instance, a curved screen would make sense, but I don't know. Maybe in a
Yeah.
few years it would be better.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like
But
with
at that point, everyone's gonna have VR implants, and you won't need screens anymore.
I really hope not. Oh, the technology's advancing way too fast for me. I barely can keep up with things that I have already. Like I'm
I
really the like old person. Like I don't want new like calm down technology. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not ready yet.
uh-huh. I
Like
mean,
with
I'm
the
still buying old stuff, so
I mean, but old stuff is pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't want like the box TVs, like the ones that weighed like 100,000 tons. Um, but like still, and all of the new
yeah,
curvy stuff are very expensive. Like the prices are going high, high, high.
yeah, because like when I guess the big TVs are usually the ones that are curved, and also when they're big TVs and they want to make sure that they're like a higher resolution than even 4K. Like I think they're going up to 8K now. So I think
Oh my
a
gosh.
couple are even 16K.
Mm-hmm.
But they also use like the proprietary technology for like the screen itself, like the QLED and whatever else. I don't even know what all these things are called, but like they have like different types of screens that are apparently super premium and have the best colors, the darkest blacks, the highest contrast, and all that.
Yeah, that's you were just explaining all of that, and my brain went mush. Like, honestly, uh, me and tech. The most I know it's HD. That's all I know. The 1080 P and the 720. That's all I know. That's all I know.
720 is regular HD and 1080 is full HD.
Yeah, because back then when I was watching YouTube, what was it? 320 or three whatever, four something.
It went 120, 240, 360, 480,
Mm-hmm.
720. So it
1080.
started out, yeah. So and then I went to 1440, 2160, and then up from there. Apparently, it's still going up.
I feel like that
But
would be good for like gamers though, like those really curvy TVs.
yeah, I didn't get one.
Well, I mean, okay, I feel like I don't know what's worse. Living in Japan with the tiny amount of space or living in New York with also tiny amount of space.
I
Like
feel like I'm being attacked right now.
I mean, no, just think about it. Like let's say you're out in the world, like if you don't live in New York, like just think about it. You're paying the most expensive place for the tiniest place, right? Same thing with Japan. You're paying for this like for a big amount of money for the tiniest place you can find, right? It's like where do you even like get find the space to even put like these really big 65-inch TVs and stuff? Like you literally would need a house.
That's what VR is for.
No.
High resolution gaming on your face.
No. No. I refuse to wear an actual console on my face, on my head.
Uh huh.
I mean, I'll try it, but I feel like the weight will push me forward.
I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll try it if I like it, sure. But again, like I said, I can't even spend an hour playing games too much. So,
I
uh,
mean, don't you like video games though?
I do love video games. I'm trying to get back into it. I did upload an Among Us video. My gosh, that was the most frustrating video I've ever done. Like, seriously. But that's the thing. Like, just like
Do I
seeing
want to
the
watch this video?
you should if you want to see how crappy people are. Um,
Is it you constantly yelling at people or what's going
no,
on?
no, no. It's because like it's just me going into rooms, right? So I can't really speak to people. It's just messaging them in the
Uh-huh.
chat box. But like, guys, if you want to go see that video, go watch it. It's on my gaming channel. But it was I wasn't yelling. Maybe I wasn't angry. Just frustrated a little bit. A little bit.
Uh-huh.
It was okay. A little frustrating, but it's okay.
If you say so.
Yeah, but you know what's a cool thing? I just realized and I forgot to say it when talking about the PlayStations. The PlayStation 5, you can actually blow on the controller.
And
Like,
why
what?
would you want to do that?
Because, like, okay, so a little preview of the next video I'm going to be posting on the channel, but like Astro's Playroom, like literally a game that's already installed on the PlayStation 5, like, you literally have to blow on the controller to do certain stuff. You can automatically just do it by clicking a button, so that way it automatically does it without you blowing on it. Because I did have a difficulty doing that. It wasn't registering the blowing, and then there was a section of the game where it literally felt like I was pulling a trigger. I've never held a gun before, but I'm assuming that's what it feels like.
Uh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a PS5. I don't get to experience this.
I mean, okay, and that's the thing. With these types of systems, knowing how popular it is, why don't they make more of them?
They have production issues. They can't make more. They can't make more.
Well, that stinks. I mean,
Yep.
having to fight people to get one. Um, that kind of reminds me when the Switch came out.
Uh-huh.
It took forever to get like restocked. But like for me, I didn't even get the Switch when it came out. I got it like maybe a year later. I was just like, okay, it's time for me to get a Switch.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best time since you don't have to worry about it being in stock. You can just grab one.
But I missed the Pikachu versus not versus Pikachu and Eevee Switch because I wasn't really paying attention to Nintendo stuff at the time. Because college stuff. But and then I got so mad once I got my first Switch, and I found out that Nintendo made a limited edition Pikachu and Eevee Switch, and I was triggered.
I mean, I know you like to buy things, but it's better if you don't buy everything.
Listen, you cannot play with me and the limited editions.
All right, but money.
Oh, have you heard of that KFC console?
Uh, is that not just a meme? Are they making an actual console?
It literally is going to. I think it's going to cost like $2,000.
Oh, so they're banking on dummies buying it for the
Um,
lulz?
my brother is already going to like try to get his hands on one of them once they release.
Uh,
I really hope it doesn't cost like $2,000 because it's a console and you can fry chicken. Some shit like
uh,
that. I don't fucking know. I'm like, why would I want to make chicken while I play I mean, that is just lazy right there. I mean, I'm not trying to insult anyone, but like playing, I don't know what games you'll be playing, and then your freaking chicken is like, ding, it's ready, and you're like, oh, sweet, and you get all the grease on your fingers because, of course, you're not wearing any gloves, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to go back to playing. I don't understand. I'm probably getting all this information wrong, but who knows?
I mean, it's like the same thing as blowing on the controller. You're gonna get it dirty. So I
Listen,
don't
I
really get that.
already I already changed the setting to like automatic because I wasn't gonna do that.
Right.
I literally was sitting there like, and it wasn't working. I felt so stupid.
I guess you weren't blowing right.
I mean, I guess not, but you know what? I gave up. I did the automatic, so I don't have to really do anything.
Yeah, I guess that's just how it goes. You try it out, doesn't work. Go back to being normal.
Go back to being, yeah. It's a cool feature, but I don't think I'm gonna want to use it because it's difficult.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I wonder what the PlayStation and like all of these new like these technology companies will think of next for like the stuff because honestly, I'm not creative. I wouldn't be able to think of anything.
Uh like just like something different, or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
cuz like you know how the PlayStation like the models are usually very flat. 1 2 3 was a little bit bulky and then 4 went back to the flatness. And now 5 is like this. I don't know what you would call this. It looks like a freaking spaceship.
It's a Wi-Fi router.
It's a Wi-Fi router.
I believe that was
While
the consensus.
yeah, I mean, but like, what's the next design? Because Xbox literally went from whatever it was to a box.
I mean, it was a box in the beginning.
I guess they went back retro to their
Uh,
original design or
I
something.
mean,
I don't
now it's not a box. It's like a DJ thing, and then it's also a refrigerator.
know. A refrigerator and a waka waka DJ.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it
Oh,
has that thing on it, right?
yeah,
Makes it
that's
look
for
like a record.
that's the digital version.
The Series S?
I
Is that
think
what
so.
it's called?
Maybe
What's it
I don't know.
called? What are
I,
these things called?
what are these? I don't know. PS5. That's all I know. That's all I know. Ah. Oh gosh. Well, it's time. It's time to say goodbye because our time is up.
Already?
Speaking of technology, already made me tired. Even more tired than what I was before.
Oh, so you can only spend an hour with the technology no matter what it is?
Yeah. No matter what it is. But you know what's funny? Last thought. I can't
Mm.
sleep without any noise. So thank you, technology, for letting me put YouTube on until I fall asleep, and then it automatically turns off once I they realize she's not alive anymore. Okay, we gotta stop playing videos automatically.
Oh, that's actually something I don't like about YouTube, that they copied Netflix doing that.
Because YouTube used to just go on and on and on.
Yeah. Just like Hulu. Does Hulu still do that? Go on
Hulu,
forever?
goes on forever. If you don't stop it, Hulu will be running.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I actually like that feature for YouTube because I don't do that with Netflix. Because like my iPad, it dies, and especially if I don't charge it completely, it'll die, and I don't
Uh-huh.
like it dying because it's bad for the battery. So
Right, but I mean, I don't know if it's a bug or what, but for me it happened that it was like pausing within like half an hour of me not interacting with the videos.
interesting. No, for me, I think it's like an hour or two before it starts going. Bye.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, thank you, technology, for letting me go to sleep in peace while having an Among Us gameplay running for like 3 hours straight.
That's relaxing to you?
Yes, I don't do white noise. White noise is trash. Gameplays,
Uh-huh.
screaming, laughter is good for me.
Loud noises, huh?
Loud noises. I live in the city. Well, how can you not?
I guess so.
All right, guys. Thank you for so much for joining us in today's podcast. We had no technical difficulties, literally talking about technology. So thank you,
Hooray.
technology. Hooray! Technology doesn't like food, apparently, but it likes being talked about itself. If that made any sense. I don't know English. I'm tired. We're all tired. It's Monday. It needs to end already.
Yeah, I
But
don't want to work tomorrow.
same. Same.
So
Ooh.
Monday shouldn't end at this point.
True. You know what? Monday, thank you for dragging work hours, but then racing to be done when it's time to rest.
Yeah,
Sarcastically.
every day does that.
Yeah. Why, oh, why? Well, we will see you guys next week with another podcast for the Otaku Tea. So if you want to listen to us, please, we are available in a lot of different audio apps for you audio listeners, and subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to get the audio there and don't want to download any of these apps, I guess.
Yeah,
Yay.
I think Spotify you don't have to have an app, so you can listen there, just on the web browser or whatever. Uh,
Especially if you have the Hulu and Spotify Duo.
sure. But if you have an iPhone, then Apple Podcasts is built into your phone, so you might as well use that.
Yes.
And then
Subscribe to us.
okay. Uh, there's also a few other websites. I always list all of them in the description of the podcast and on the YouTube page, so you guys should be able to find the service that you guys would prefer most and listen to us there. Leave a rating, comment, subscribe, like, all that stuff. What else do people do when they listen to things and want to hear more?
um, Visit our personal channels. We have stuff there too if you want to find us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also we have a Google form if you want to fill that out and be a guest on our podcast.
Yeah, you gotta give us a topic too. Maybe we can all party together.
Yay!
Yeah,
Party.
party. All right, guys. We will see you guys next week. Hopefully, with more energy and less technology issues, which, again, thank you, technology, for not giving us issues today.
Yay!
So, bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye bye.